Hi, thanks for joining me again today on my channel. Today I'm bringing you the second layout for the She's Crafty mini pad class put on by Shannon Aller with She's Crafty. And today we're using a sketch that she put out on the Facebook group. Again, I will make sure to put a link in the description box below so that you can follow along if you haven't joined already. Or you can just search it by She's Crafty mini pad Facebook group, and you should be able to find it as well. So I'm going to stick pretty close to the sketch that she provided. This is a multi-photo sketch where you have two vertical and one horizontal. And they're a little bit smaller in the sketch, but I'm going to just trim my photos down just a little bit, and then again stick really close to the design of the whole sketch. Now I'm again using all page Evans. I use the turn of the page 6x6 paper pad, and for my background piece of paper I used one of the 12x12 from the same collection of this really pretty horizontal striped watercolor type paper. Now this is photos that I took from the crop that we went to, and it's the same crop that I scrapbooked last weekend with the other sketch. So when I put them into my album, these will be companion pages, and at the end of this video I will show you the two together so you can see how you can take two separate sketches and you can take different papers, but because of the color tones they still go together. So I found that for this layout it was easier for me to kind of adhere the photos down. I just adhered them to the top, and that way I was able to go and maneuver all the layers underneath without having to have the photos sliding around. And so I just kind of pieced them in as I go. And it really, you can't tell that I was using a 6x6 paper pad, and it worked out pretty good. So especially like this paper here, because it was like all squares, if you cut along the line of the squares, when you piece them together, it blends into the pattern. So I hope you are enjoying this series. I think it's a lot of fun, and it's going to go for 10 weeks. Again, the premise of the challenge is kind of like our Baby Scott Scrap Challenge, where you're taking one full 12x12 piece of paper, and then for this one you're just using a mini pad. In this case I'm using a 6x6, but you could also use like your 6x8 or any other small paper pad that you have in your stash. The whole idea is to get you looking at them and using them. Now for Shannon's challenge, we are only going to make 2 layouts per paper pad. So over the course of the 10 weeks, you will use 5 paper pads to make a total of 10 layouts. And again, she's providing sketches. So I'm using the same embellishments that I used when I decorated the page from last weekend. Again, these are from Page Evans, and I'm just picking out items that kind of are scrapbook related, things that you'd use if you were crafting. So in the sketch it has above the title or below the title the banner, and I won't have a title on mine because I know it's just a scrapbooking retreat, and again it's going to go kind of as a companion page for the one from last week, but I am putting the banner in. So I used 2 circular button type items that were on there to mimic the buttons that are on the sketch. I just took my fine line bottle and did a bead of glue along it, and now I'm taking this banner that was on the chipboard stickers, and I'm mimicking that banner. And I'll just glue everything down with my quick dry adhesive just to make sure nothing falls off in the album down below in the future. Now in the sketch in the upper right hand corner there was another kind of small banner. Now I'm not going to put that in, but what I am going to do is I'm going to take these word banners that were on the chipboard thickers, and I'm just going to make my element above, and then I'm going to use it like a shelf to put different embellishments like the glue gun, there's a bottle of ink and things like that. Now, I don't know if you can tell in the picture, these were pictures again from the scrapbook retreat I went to several years ago. We go every year with friends, and it's a Girl Scout camp, and so the sleeping accommodations are like dorm style, so they're all bunk beds. So to give ourselves a little privacy, we do hang blankets off the sides of our bunk beds. So going back to your childhood of building a tent, we all have those to kind of keep the light out and things like that. So it's kind of fun, and it's a memory I want to remember. I mean, how many 50-year-olds are sleeping in bunk beds with a tent around them? Anyways, I did use some of the puffy stickers that were also from Paige Evans, put those up below. And here are some close-ups. I want to thank you so much for joining us today, and we will see you again tomorrow for another layout on Baby's Got Scraps.